guys, it's Neil Green here. You've been receiving quite a few emails from me today, and I figured that this may be better than phone calls or repeatedly emailing back and forth. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the course and some of the changes that occurred so you have an idea of what's coming. And Dr. Bassini is loading the course for you guys from the master as we kind of go here. So that should be coming soon, but I wanted to discuss mainly the two projects this time because they're a little bit different, and the companion website from the new text. All right, the new text is from Owens, Language Development and Introduction. And the Gleason text was great, but it may have been a little bit much for our students, so we decided to change it this time. And moving forward, hopefully this will be more beneficial for our level 200 students. All right, and I sent you this document earlier. It gives a little breakdown of the grading. All right, and this is what I really wanted to get into. The two major assessments for this course, SOE 260, are the weekly vocabulary journal and the vocalization workbook. The weekly vocabulary journal is exactly what it sounds like. Each week the students will start to compile a list of vocabulary words, key vocabulary. As you know, this course is huge on vocabulary. It's loaded with it. So I thought it would be a good idea to get them started off and start compiling vocabulary words each week. But rather than just simply writing the definitions of vocabulary words, each week they're asked to do something with that. For example, in week 1 they have to create a mini lesson using the vocabulary words, pretending that they're a teacher who has to teach students what those vocabulary words mean. Another week they have to write sentences using those vocabulary words in proper context. So I tried to mix it up as much as possible and engage them with the content as much as possible. Okay, and that's the weekly vocabulary journal. Now, the vocalization workbook is a little bit different, and we rely heavily on this Owens companion website that I'll take you to in a minute. But on that site there are 24 vocalizations, and I think anytime that you can incorporate real world stuff into your course, the better off, the more rich the learning experience for the students. So that's what we did here, and I'll take you to that in a minute. But this is an ongoing project, and the main purpose is to really get them to dig into the content, dig into the text, and start to provide evidence for what they hear. So let's go to the companion website quickly. All right, and I was already in there. So we go to chapter 1 and audio samples or resources, which is also the audio samples. As you can see here, there are 24 of those, and it gives you a brief description of what the audio sample is. So this first one is a 6-month-old, and we'll listen to a few seconds. Okay, so they listen to that, and then they have the audio clip itself or the transcript. And this could be how they, the title, 1.1 Vocalizations of a 6-month-old. So I go back, and I provided a quick example, and by no means am I saying this is perfect, but it's vocalizations of a 6-month-old, and they describe what they could be hearing, right? And for example, I went into the Owens text and pulled up some information that was written about 6-month-olds and how they vocalize things. And when a 6-month-old hears words, they know someone is in the same room. In addition, a 6-month-old child starts to recognize that the effects of speech on others vary along a predictable continuum. The point is, they go back into the text or other resources that are available to them, and find what a 6-month-old is doing. What are they hearing? They're going through a certain process. So the hope is, after reading the text, doing a little research, maybe from outside sources, they're able to put together a sort of research-based analysis of what they're hearing. And again, in the note is the key to this language notebook and being successful with this is their ability to research the text and find evidence or text support to describe and support what they're hearing in the audio file. And for other resources, I'll go back to chapter 1. There are web links. So the students have access to the site and they're encouraged to go to these web links and check them out. And you can, well, that one was an error. That wasn't good, was it? But they can go back to these links and check them out. Some of them may be dead because, just the nature of links and how they come and go. But anyway, it gives them some more information where they're obviously encouraged to go read as much as they can about the particular chapter that they're working on. So in addition to the audio samples, there are practice tests, and the midterm comes directly from this. And what you can do is, you can see here, I'm just quickly scrolling through it, you can see that there are short answer essays and multiple choice. And they can, when they do this for the midterm, they submit their answers for grading, and then they scroll down and they type their name, and then they would type your address in there, and I'll just put my stuff in there, neilgreen@kendall.edu for right now. And I already did that, but I wanted to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. They're going to send this directly to your email inbox, and it gives me a quick overview. I scored 0% of 9 scored items. That excludes the short answer essays, which would be right here, and it would give you their answer so you can quickly score it and then add it to their grade book. Alright, back to this. So there's that. There's also web links, which I showed you, and there's there's also flashcards, which, as we mentioned, it's so dependent on vocabulary for this course that this is just another resource for them to interact with the content, interact with the vocabulary words for each week. And hopefully they'll use this, and in conjunction with the text and other resources that they may find, to come up with their definitions. But anyway, I thought this was a pretty neat resource and something that we're going to try, something new we'll try. I mean, I haven't tried this before, but we'll see how it goes. And you may have noticed that the discussion questions are light compared to what we've done in the past. That was on purpose because so much emphasis in this course is placed on their ongoing vocabulary workbook or vocabulary journal and their ongoing vocalizations workbook. That's where I wanted the bulk of their time. But you can feel free to add, as you guys are awesome at that, adding probing questions, keeping them going with the content, providing some real life examples, etc. The point is, again, to hopefully get them interacting with the. So the key is to get them. Okay, guys. So thank you, and the key is to get them interacting with the content and engaged. And you're the best at that. I know you're going to do great with this. Please feel free to call me again anytime with questions. Neil Green, 312-519-2800. I'd be happy to talk to you and explain in further detail. And I want this to be a success for the students and for you. So, here we go. Have a great time, guys. Thanks.